We've heard a lot about Obamacare delays over the last couple of months. So what's the holdup? This morning we might know. According to a new report from the Administrative Conference of the United States, many proposals took longer because of concerns about agencies issuing costly or controversial rules prior to the November 12 election. Does that mean the White House was putting politics before people? Because that's what it sounds like. Peter Johnson Jr. knows about people and politics and joins us.
Huge, huge. Look at me. Yes. Huge. And I know we talk about regulation nation, and there are so many regulations in this country, but sometimes regulations actually save lives and help people, and there should be some transparency in government. Washington Post, along with the government independent agency, looked at what the Obama administration was doing, and they found that in 3 different areas, the Obama administration delayed regulation in order to win re-election. Yes, Steve Ducey, they said, well, we don't want to get people worked up. And now in the Washington Post, we have these off-the-record comments that they're making. Well, we didn't do it because the Republicans were upset about us. This is a very difficult environment. This is all nonsense. So let's look at what they did in terms of delaying things. First, in terms of environmental initiatives and pollution control. They delayed a proposal requiring cleaner glass and lower pollution vehicles. They delayed coal disposal, water pollution, and power plant emission standards. And then in terms of lakes and springs and estuaries in the United States, they delayed important regulations to make sure that those bodies of water that our fishermen fish are protected. Then let's go to worker safety. You know, the Democrats say they're so interested about worker safety. Well, the AFL-CIO is slamming them hard now about national silica standards. The silica that gets into your lungs that causes asbestosis and other lung diseases. And they said that thousands of people will die and become ill because the federal government delayed. And then finally, listen to this, on Obamacare, because of re-election in 2012, according to the Washington Post and this independent agency, they delayed regulations that, with regard to minimum coverage standards, because the unions were upset, and who could qualify for federal subsidies. So in these 3 important areas, in terms of health, safety, welfare, and Obamacare, they said, no, the president's re-election is more important. We're going to put politics over people. You people wait, and now we have the effects of it.
So they didn't want anything out there that would have people going, oh, we don't like that. In particular, the Obamacare stuff. It looks like, Peter, if you do anything to win, sometimes you lose because, you know, they've got hell to pay at the White House right now because people are really upset.
Well, you know, this is pulling the skin back even further. We all know about the president's unfortunate statement, but that turned out to be a lie, about keeping your health plan, keeping your health coverage, keeping your doctor. And then in the dark of night, they came in with a regulation and said, oh, no, we're going to pull that back. What they did in 2011 and 2012 is say, let's not do these regulations because we're going to incur the ire of the American people on a lot of issues. Let's kind of stealthily sneak in and then do it later. But at the same time, some of these regulations were important in terms of helping all Americans. They weren't political at all, but they perceived that they were, and they said, oh, let's not take a risk. Well, they took a risk with Americans' lives, and now Americans are paying both in health care, environmental issues, and on worker safety. Thousands may die, according to the AFL-CIO, based on these silica standards. That's wrong.
And people are angry.
Hugely wrong.
Now we know.
They should be angry about it. It's not what we anticipate from our government.
All right, Peter Johnson Jr.
Good to see you. Welcome to Monday.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, what do you think about that? Email us, friends at Fox News in the White House.
All right, 11 minutes before the top of the hour.
So you just heard an alternative